So we're back here on our podcast today, and we're joined by Seb once again. How you doing, man?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Looking forward to the new season starting, of course, tomorrow. We're going to go through Arsenal's pre-season and, of course, the upcoming game tomorrow against Crystal Palace. So if you guys are excited that they're back, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you are new. And let's get right into it then. So starting off about Arsenal then, Arsenal's pre-season, of course, for me, very, very positive. You know, started off the campaign against FC Nuremberg. I don't know how you pronounce their name. Winning 5-3 in that one. Then we went to America, beat Everton 2-0, beat Orlando 3-1. Absolutely battered Chelsea 4-0. And then in the end, ended it off with a 6-0 win against Sevilla. Seb, what was your thoughts on the pre-season, mate?
Yeah, very positive. The team clearly looked ready. It looks like they're enjoying their football. And yeah, it was probably couldn't have gone any better. Well, unless if you count behind closed doors friendly against Brentford, but most of the first team wasn't playing that day, so you don't count that. But yeah, all those games that we needed to win, that we did. But obviously, you can't take everything for pre-season because, of course, it's how you start the season. But you'd rather win these matches than not, and we've done what we've needed to do. And it's a complete turnaround to last year's pre-season because we were absolutely terrible. We didn't win a single game last pre-season, and we lost them all apart from one game which we drew. But yeah, it gives me good vibes going into the season because then you go into the season prepared. It was something where we didn't do last season because that bad form in pre-season carried on into the start of the season because we lost our first 3 games. And yeah, this is what you need to do. Is that we've got in those signings of Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, and Marquinhos early, so that they can get a proper run and get settled into the team. Obviously, we haven't seen Fabio Vieira just yet because he's had a foot injury, but Gabriel Jesus has done very well. He's been absolutely well. Very well is an understatement. He's been absolutely phenomenal, and it really gives us good vibes going into the season with him. Zinchenko's a good buy, that makes sense, and Marquinhos is a good young, promising forward like Martinelli was. But we still need to get a couple more additions. We still need another midfielder. Tielemans would be a good buy. Milinkovic-Savic has been linked. He'll be decent. Paqueta's also been linked. He'll be a good signing, and we still need another wide forward because I still do think we need more goals from around the pitch, and also we can't really be relying on Saka and Martinelli every single week to be absolutely carrying the team. We need someone else. Someone like a Leroy Sané would be great. Moussa Diaby wouldn't be a bad option. Or even Cody Gakpo from PSV would be a good signing. There's still work to be done, but the bulk of the team is there. And yeah, it is looking promising for the new season. But what I really don't want is to have any regret saying, oh, why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? Because we always seem to be going through an injury crisis during the season, especially if it's Thomas Partey or Kieran Tierney gets injured, then that's when everything seems to fall around because we are still a couple of injuries away from disaster, and we don't want that this season because teams that get top 4 and win titles and challenge for titles keep their squads consistently fit and have more squad depth, and we still need to get those signings. But yeah, I think what we've got will be good enough for these first few games.
Yeah, man, I 100% agree with you, especially with the preseason as well, right? I don't take anything into account preseason because I think if you remember when we had Unai Emery, his first season, we beat PSG 5-1, was it?
Yeah, I remember that. 5-1,
so, yeah, we battered PSG 5-1, and yeah, I know.
Then we lost our first 2 games.
Yeah, exactly, and I know that we battered Chelsea 4-0 and Sevilla 6-0, but it's gonna be very different in the Premier League, that's for sure. But I want to go through, of course, our new signings. Sign off with the one we signed earlier was 19-year-old Marquinhos. What's your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he looks pretty sharp and pretty promising. I think with him, there may be suggestions that he might go out on loan. I don't think he's going to be a real first teamer this season, but it's a promising one for the future because we've got some before with Martinelli. So yeah, it's promising. It's a promising signing. We need a few. We can get a couple of those.
And then we signed, of course, Matthew Turner, backup goalkeeper. A few times in pre-season, I thought he looked pretty shaky. I don't know about you, but what's your thoughts on Matthew Turner?
I have to say, so far, not great from what I've seen against Nuremberg. I thought both those goals, he should have done better with both those goals. First one went right through him, and second one, okay, not entirely your fault. It was a 1-on-1, but what you're meant to do in those situations is you're meant to make yourself look big and make the goal look small. But he did the complete opposite, and that doesn't fill me with any confidence. And compared to Leno, it's a massive, massive drop off so far, because I thought Leno was a top world-class keeper that we really should have done more to keep. But regarding Matt Turner, I'll give him a proper chance. I won't completely write him off, because, like you said, you can't judge it for pre-season, but he needs to be doing a lot better than what he's done so far.
And then obviously we signed Fabio Vieira, who hasn't played a game yet for us. Don't know what to say about him. People comparing him to Bernardo Silva, I saw. So,
well, if he's anything like Bernardo Silva, then that'll be absolutely brilliant. He's quality, but no, I don't really know anything about him. I've never really good, and yes, you can easily look good in that league, because that league isn't as competitive as some of the others across Europe. But I think you'll be more possibly of a squad depth signing, more of a signing probably just to help Smith Rowe and help Odegaard, maybe just to ease the pressure on them. But you do need signings like that, and we did spend 34 million on him, so he must actually be pretty good if you're spending that sort of money on him. But yeah,
and then
I'm positive with that signing. We'll have to wait and see how he turns up.
And then obviously we've signed the big one, Gabriel Jesus. What was it, 50 million for Gabriel?
45.
Sorry, 45 million for Gabriel Jesus. Very, very convincing in pre-season, and a fantastic pre-season. And I'm looking forward to seeing him in this season. Of course, signed for Manchester City. What's your thoughts on him?
Wow, what can I say about him? He's been absolutely phenomenal. The way he's come in and hit the ground running, he's given the place a lift, and yeah, he's just been very clinical. He's always been at the right time, right place. Remember when we played Nuremberg, we were 2-0 down, and when he came on, he completely changed the game. And in that Emirates Cup, he was just on it, like from minute one. It was just like bang, bang, bang. I'm just like, wow. And I actually reckon he could also help Eddie Nketiah boost his game, because he seems to be linking up well with him from what I've seen. But yeah, it's a really, really positive signing. We need to really keep him fit, because if we do, I'm going to actually tip him possibly to be up there with possibly top goal scorer next season. I don't want to be sound as I'm overreacting, but yeah, from what I've seen so far, very, very impressed. And I'm sure you can say the same.
100%. And then obviously we signed Odegaard Zinchenko, also for Manchester City. What I like about him, right, is he's very versatile. He can play left back if Tinney's injured, which he is very injury prone. He can play centre midfield as well. So yeah, I'm very happy with him. What's your thoughts on Zinchenko?
Yes, I'm happy with that signing as well. I think the signing makes perfect sense. And obviously, he's also come from Man City, so he's used to winning things. He knows what it takes to win. And to be fair to him, I think he was a little bit unfairly treated at Man City. Of course, Cancelo is a really good fullback in general. It's hard to get past him. And obviously, with the competition they've got in midfield, it is hard for him to break through. But yes, I'm very happy with that signing. Obviously, it's a signing that Mikel Arteta likes, because he used to work with him, and also he likes versatile players that can play in multiple positions, and he can. And ideally, we do definitely need a cover at left back, because when Tierney gets sorry,
man.
Sorry. What was I saying? Because we definitely needed to cover a left back, because when Tierney gets injured, then we're in all sorts of bother. And Tavares, when last season wasn't great at all, so I reckon he could be a great cover. So very, very happy with that, and he knows what it takes to win. But obviously, the fact that he can also play in centre midfield also gives us options as well. I do still think we need another midfielder.
Yeah,
definitely. But yes, I'm happy with that signing.
Then obviously this ain't a new signing, but for me it feels like a new signing. William Saliba coming back in the squad for the first time since he's been at Arsenal, to be honest. And I feel so good to see him, because you can just tell, right, he's going to be one of the best in the future, and he's showing that. I mean, he's just what I like about him, he's so calm on the ball, like he don't panic or anything, and he's, for me, has to start going for Crystal Palace. What's your thoughts on William Saliba?
Yes, I'm very happy with him so far. He's come in and he's shown what he can do. If he can bring what he brought on his own spells, then he'll be brilliant. He'll give us another option at centre back. He will give us competition for Ben White and Gabriel. And yeah, he'll really come in. He will not necessarily come in as a new. He'll feel like a new signing because we haven't actually seen him play. So that will look like a new signing. And we do still need to give him time because don't forget he is still very young. So he will struggle at times. He will make mistakes at times, but we need to be patient with him. But so far, from what I've seen, so good.
And obviously, so those, of course, players coming in. We'll talk about FEAT going out of Arsenal. A big fan of yours, Bern Leno. How much was it? Was it 4 million, wasn't it? We sold him to
8 million.
8 million. 8 million to Fulham. Yeah. I would have kept him. I don't know about you.
Oh, 100% kept him. I am a massive Leno fan. You won't find a single Arsenal fan that likes Leno as much as I did. I thought he was a world-class keeper. Absolutely brilliant. Easily one of the best in the league. I can see why he probably was dropped because maybe the modern-day game has changed and playing out of the back is probably the modern day. To be fair, Leno wasn't bad at playing out of the back. He was actually pretty good at it. Ramsdale just does it better at. But that is the only thing I see Ramsdale is better than. I think Leno is a far better shot stopper, a top class keeper, one of the best in the league. And it wasn't like he did anything wrong to be dropped. I know he was in goal the first 3 games of the season, but you can't blame him for any of the goals because we had a makeshift defence. We had players missing, and the team in general wasn't strong enough at all. So, and none of it was Leno's fault. And reluctantly, for his sake, he did need to go because obviously, if you've been dropped, once you lose that number 1 spot, it's really difficult to win it back. We've seen over the years when Lehmann lost it, we gave it to Almunia. When Almunia lost it, he went to Fabianski. When Fabianski lost it quickly, he went to Szczesny. When Szczesny lost it, it went to Ospina. When Ospina lost, Ospina was never. It went to, when Cech came in, he got it. Cech lost it, it went to Leno. Now Leno's was lost and it's gone to Ramsdale. So you see the pattern, it's difficult to get it back. And yeah, sad for him. But to be fair, I guess he did stay as number 2 for 1 season and he didn't kick up a fuss about it. He didn't know, and he got on with it. He probably did understand why they did it. So we have to say thank you. We have to give him his wish. And he wanted to stay in London. He's just got married. He's just got a new house, and he's very settled there. I guess he wanted to stay there. So we have to really just say thank you. And he has been a good servant to the Arsenal, fantastic servant. It's sad. I'm gutted to see him go because I really did like him and I wanted him to be our number 1 with years to go. But it is what it is. I wish him well. We move on.
Yeah, obviously, of course, he goes Fulham as well. Newly promoted side. I think he's going to absolutely smash it there, if I'm being honest.
I reckon he'll keep them up. Yeah. I don't see them going down now.
Yeah, because he, as you said, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. And I thought, of course, he's brought back Unai Emery. And in the first season, he was absolutely fantastic. You know, he's literally one of our best players.
I think he's been brilliant. I think he's been brilliant the whole time he's been at Arsenal, particularly his second season, I'd say, was his real best. But throughout the whole 4 years, I think he's been brilliant. I don't think he's ever let the team down.
I want to ask you this as well. Are you disappointed that we couldn't get more money for him? Because, of course, we bought him for what? Was it 30 million?
Was it? It was either 19 or 22. I think it was
22 million. We sold him for
a lot more.
Yeah. Remember, he is played German international as well. I know it's quite hard for him because you got Manuel Neuer, Ter Stegen, Kevin Trapp. So I know he doesn't get in the German team. But 8 million for Bernard, I wanted so much more for him because I think, as you said, he's a really good player.
Yeah, me too, definitely. I think we should have got at least 15. And there was at one point when Fulham was stalling on the deal because they wouldn't pay Hostel's demands. But I think Leno probably went to them and said, please, could you lower it? Because I really want this move. And I did stay for number 2. Please. He probably pushed to lower it. But yeah, I was disappointed. We could have got much more. And don't forget, he's also got a year left on his contract. So that's also going to go against things. But yeah.
Obviously, a player who is looking like it's going to go out, one of my favourite players to play for Arsenal, is Lucas Torreira. Apparently, he's going to Galatasaray. For me, I'm very disappointed and I'm gutted that he's leaving. I don't think he likes England. He complained in an interview about he feels homesick and all that stuff. But I think especially on Unai Emery as well. His first season was superb. You know, scored that North London derby goal. He just looked very good in that midfield. And obviously, when Arteta's come in, hasn't rated him at all, sent him on loan twice. What's your thoughts on Lucas Torreira leaving?
To be fair, he needs to go because he's clearly not in Mikel Arteta's plans. Obviously, like you said, his first season he came in very well, and he hit the ground running. I think he got 5 Player of the Match awards in a row, and scored important goals against Tottenham and Huddersfield with that overhead kick. But I think it went down from him since. I think 2 reasons he went down. I know when Xhaka had that horrible incident at Crystal Palace when he started crying, and that didn't go down well. And also when Unai Emery played him in a more advanced role, that was a terrible mistake. And I think since then it's just never been the same for him. And also he's never really settled. So he does need to go for both parts, for all parties. It is best to go. And I did like him, but to be fair to him, I don't think he ever really settled. So he should be moved on.
Obviously, we sold earlier in the window Lacazette. He went to Lyon. For me, it's time for him to move on as well. We saw that last season that he just missed countless chances, and
also he was becoming too easy to play against.
Exactly, and obviously it's disappointing for him as well because Arsene Wenger signed him, and again his first season was phenomenal. I remember scoring his debut against Leicester when we won 4-3. Yeah, and then obviously Emery as well. He's balling in Emery's first season as well. Him and Aubameyang, and that link up was very, very good. They got to the Europa League final as well. So, but obviously, yeah, I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know what happened to him towards the end.
Yeah, well, Lacazette, he was becoming too easy to play against, and I don't think he really ever recovered from. Remember when he had that injury under Unai Emery in his second season after the North London derby? I think it really went down. It went downhill from there. Really,
obviously, Guendouzi as well. He left on a permanent deal. Another one who personally would have kept, but it's not in Arteta's plans. Apparently, he's got an attitude problem. We've spoken many times about him before. Would you have kept him?
Nah, I think he needed to move on. He clearly wasn't in the plans, and again, I just don't see Arteta getting the best out of him. He can definitely do a job, but
yeah, have I missed anyone we sold? Do you know?
I don't know. I think that might be in it actually. Mavropanos, but
he wasn't really like his level.
He wasn't really. I can't really think of any more.
Austin, that Austin Trusty guy who he signed from Colorado Rapids, he's gone on loan. I think to Birmingham.
Yeah, he went on loan to Birmingham.
He's of course an upcoming player, but I think that's it. To be honest, I can't believe
we've loaned out Patino and Balogun as well yesterday. That's it. Not to be outgoing.
I can't believe some of the players still at the club though. You got the likes of Runarsson. I mean,
he's going. He'll go.
Going?
Yes, Rennes is looking like he's
no.
No permanent. But he'll definitely be gone. He won't stay.
Then obviously Hector Bellerin as well. Do you know anything about if he's leaving?
Yeah, Real Betis are trying to do everything they can to get him back, and he wants to go there, so he's likely to go.
Obviously, you've got Pablo Mari still at the club.
He's likely to go. He's going to go back to Italy. I'm fairly confident he'll be gone as well. I think Nicolas Pepe will stay though. I don't really see many suitors for him. He probably might stay. He probably might do another season.
To talk about Pepe, right? I think he's an absolute baller, and I rate him really highly. I don't know about you. He hasn't got the chance, has he? Because obviously Saka plays in his position. But the only time I saw him last season was in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. I mean, the guy needs to run a game for me. And then, because if you remember back to 2020, Arteta's his first full season in charge. Towards the end of that season, he played against Brighton and all that, and he actually played in a few games in a row. And I remember he scored about 6 goals in like 8 games or something like that. So I don't know what it was, but
he ended that season very well. He scored 5 in the last 3.
5 in the last 3, exactly. And then obviously we got last season. I don't know what happened. It's just like they never got his chance. So obviously I'm happy that he's staying, but he needs game time, man.
Definitely, if he stays, you use him. And to be fair, Yes, I know the heavy 72 million price tag comes with it, but you can't necessarily blame that on him. And to be fair, he's never really been played to his strengths, because when you're playing Bellerin behind him, it never worked because Bellerin kept getting in his way. But when you put Cedric behind him, you could tell the difference it actually made, because Cedric goes round him, and obviously when you put Pepe over to the left, it always worked. It worked because he actually got on. He's been played. I think he's been used wrong and not been given enough games. And to be fair to him, I don't really think the manager really likes him, because you saw his reaction when he got sent off against Leeds. He actually properly called him out and all that. But he's never done it to Xhaka or hardly any of the other players that have been sent off. So I definitely think there's something not right there. But if he's, I would like to see him staying, given another chance. But also at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing him being moved on. And also, going back to that point of Mikel Arteta, did you see him after that Aston Villa game, when in that last minute he conceded a last-minute free kick, and if it wasn't for Leno, we would have dropped points there. You should have seen Arteta's face that day.
What was this one where we won 3-1?
1-0. No, 1-0 at Villa Park. He conceded a free kick right at the end, and then Leno saved it. And
did we win that game? Blue?
Yeah, and it won us the game 1-0. Saka scored the early goal.
Oh, that was like last season, wasn't it? When we went away.
Yeah.
Leno's playing goal. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that. And to be fair, Pepe, he can do moments like that. Also, when we play Leeds as well, when he had the ball, all he needed to do was to kick it long or to take it round, but he tried to do that trickery stuff and lost the ball. So I guess he can be frustrating at times, but there is still a player there.
I want to get your thoughts on the new Arsenal captain, Martin Odegaard. Would you have, first of all, obviously gave Odegaard the captaincy, or would you have chosen another player if you was Mikel Arteta? Personally, I would have gave it to someone like Kieran Tierney. I know he's injury prone, but I think he's a leader. And then obviously maybe Aaron Ramsey in goal. I don't know. Who are you happy that Odegaard's captain?
Yeah, I am actually. I think at the end of the day, it was the right choice, because yes, Kieran Tierney is the obvious candidate, but like I've said, his injury record, because if he gets it to him and he keeps getting injured, keeps being on the sideline, it's going to be another one of these cursed captaincies. And I didn't want that to come back, because I want that armband to actually mean something again. And I think Odegaard does seem to get it, because he does seem like a young leader in the team. And Mikel Arteta clearly showed him his confidence and his promise.
I'm pretty sure is Odegaard captain for Norway as well.
Yes. So he has actually done it. So to be fair to him, I think that is the right choice.
Moving on, then we're going to talk about obviously the upcoming game tomorrow. The Premier League's finally back. I'm looking forward to it. Going to Selhurst Park. We don't like going there, and also it's a Friday night. And remember last season what happened on the Friday night? SEB, we got held 2-0 to Brentford. So going to Selhurst Park, of course, got battered 3-0 by them as well last season. We just don't like going there for me. So.
No, we've not got a good record against Palace. We've only won there once since Wenger left. We've only beaten them once since Wenger left. Would you believe?
They're a very underrated side as well, and I think obviously Patrick Vieira has showed last season how good of a manager he actually can be, and twice last season, the game at 2-2 when we celebrated a last minute equaliser, that was embarrassing. We really should have lost that game, but. Yeah, obviously, then we got battered 3-0 at Selhurst Park, and they've got some really good players we've got to watch out for as well, like Wilfried Zaha, Elise, Eze, Edouard, Mateta, Mitchell, Gueye at centre-back. Mate, their squad's really underrated, and are you confident for tomorrow?
Yeah, sort of, because to be fair, we do look prepared, and I do think we look much sharper now. It's going to be tough because, of course, going to Paris is always tough. Their fans are always up for it. Their ground is always bouncing. They've got a nice singing section. So it's going to be tough. And like you said, they've got some really good players that are very capable of hurting us. But, yeah, I do think we can go there. We can definitely go there and get a win. It is important now we do get off to a good start, because, first of all, it's Friday night. Everyone's going to be watching us because we're the for the first team to play. And obviously, you want to be going there making a little bit of a statement, saying, "Oh, actually, we look decent," or maybe things have actually changed. Because if we go there and lose, then I just don't really think anything's changed, and it could be same old, and I don't want all this negativity to come back, because believe me, the way we ended our season, let's not even think about it, because I was so hurt for that. I think I told you how hurt I was.
Yeah.
It was just awful. I just don't want any bad energy coming back. I just want forward, positive thinking from now on. And also another reason why it's important to get off to a good start, because have you seen our first six games?
Exactly, mate. They're so winnable.
Exactly. I think most of our games are winnable right up until October. And also you've got Europa League kicking in. You've got when the games are going to be coming every single week, and you've got the World Cup coming in November, which is going to change things. So it really is important that we do get off to a good start, hit the ground running. And the platform is there, and we've got our team ready. Go out and get those a couple of additions, then we should be there. There is no reason why we should not be starting. We should not be starting well. There is no reason for it. We really need to get off to a good start. It's there for us, and it is important. I know it's not necessarily how you start; it's how you finish. But still, let's get off there to good starts. Show the league what we're about.
Exactly, man. One thing I will say as well, going into this new season, for the first time, right, we actually seem to be pretty prepared. Like, we've got the striker situation sorted. We've got backup for left back. The only problem I will say is like the midfields. I think we still need another central midfielder. So I think you said earlier on, like Yuri Simulans as well. For me, I'll take him. Lucas Paqueta. He'd be good. Well. Mitrovic Savic, as you said as well.
He'd be great, but I think he'll be harder to get.
So I think someone go alongside Thomas Partey would be, and then we'd be set for the season, in my opinion. So for the first time in quite a while, we actually seem to be pretty prepared, which gives me a bit more confidence going into this game against Crystal Palace and the other 5 other games that we've got, which are winnable for Arsenal. But knowing us, we would definitely, knowing Arteta and Arsenal, right, when the pressure's on us to deliver us, as you said, first game of the season, right, Friday night, everyone's watching, Selhurst Park's going to be rocking as well. We're going to end up losing. Like that's one thing that worries me as well. So
I hope not.
Yeah, this is a thing though. But obviously, I wanted to ask you about did you watch Arsenal? Have you watched the new Amazon?
I watched the first 2 episodes. Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, I've watched all 3 of them. Right.
I'm watching the 3rd one later tonight. Yeah.
It's quite interesting to see, isn't it?
You get to see what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and you know what really it was funny to me. It's like, obviously, I don't know if you saw it, but when Arteta played I think it could be in the 3rd episode, I can't remember. When Arteta played the music in the training grounds for our
I heard about that.
He played Blown, we end up getting battered 4-0 the next game.
I didn't see the point in that. I didn't see the point. That wasn't really going to make any difference. I haven't actually seen that bit yet, but I have heard about that. But I guess he wants to try different ways, and fine.
Yeah, so obviously, we'll quickly give a score prediction for the Arsenal Palace game.
2-1. I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal. I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
I think it'll definitely be hard, but I'll say we edge it 2-1.
Obviously, in terms of the lineup, right, we can both do this. In goal, Ramsdale, obviously.
Yeah.
Back 4, Tomiyasu fit.
He's back in training, but he is in contention. He's back in training. So
we have to play either Cedric or Ben White. Who would you go for?
Probably Ben White over Cedric, definitely.
Ben White right back. For me, Saliba and Gabriel will be 2 centre backs. Yes. Tierney or Zinchenko?
I still go Zinchenko. I think Tierney is also back in training and could also feature. But I think with Tierney, we have to make sure he's ready. Don't rush him back. There's no need to. So, because when we've rushed him back, he's always gone down again. So, Zinchenko for me.
Midfield, Partey, and it's going to be Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, has to be.
Number 10, I'll go for Odegaard.
Yeah.
Front 3, right-hand side, Saka.
Yeah.
Martinelli left, and then Jesus up front.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the team we're going to go for, hopefully. And hopefully we do get an opening day win and get 3 points. We'll be top of the league, Seb. But anyway, we're going to move on to just overall about the season then, in terms of getting the Arsenal top four, for me, it's going to be a lot more challenging because we're back in Europa League now. And last season, we didn't have that distraction of being in Europa League. Also, I think as well, teams above us have improved. You know, you look at Tottenham, Conte's a fantastic manager. Look at the players they've signed: Basuma, Richarlison, Spence from Nottingham Forest. Did I say Basuma?
Yeah, Basuma, Richarlison,
Perisic, and then you got add-on Kulusevski, Benacer, and then of course Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. So they're going to be very. I put it in my predictions to finish third, which is a joke because I never want them to finish above us, of course. But I just see them doing really, really well this season, especially with Antonio Conte. And then of course you've got a team that's a bit hit and miss. You know Chelsea, right? Obviously we battered them in pre-season, but Tuchel, if it's not going right for Chelsea, he's going to be sacked. Simple as that, and that's what they do. But let's have some good players like Koulibaly. For me, he can walk into any defence apart from Man City and Liverpool. I don't know about you, but I think he's a fantastic player. Of course, there's Raheem Sterling as well. And then, of course, Man United have got new manager Ten Hag. And, so the question is, will Arsenal get top four, Seb?
I hope so. We have to.
Because, listen, if we don't, right, and, of course, we do have another option to get Champions League with Europa League. But surely now, if we don't get top four this season and we do this Europa League, Arteta's got to go.
100%. There's no reason. There is no more excuses.
There's no more excuses anymore left. How can people still back him if we don't get top four in Europa League? I just don't. I don't see it happening. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a big season. Is that everything we've covered today? Trying to think anything else. I think that's it, isn't it? So I spoke about pre-season, the transfers, Premier League. Do you want to end on anything, or I think that's it?
I think that's it.
So, guys, thank you so much for watching the podcast. Massive shout out to Seb once again for taking his time to come on this today. Make sure everyone goes follow his Instagram, Talk Arsenal FC. Also, he does articles for the Arsenal Lounge as well as follow his Twitter as well. I'll leave it all in the link in the description down below, Seb. Thank you so much for coming on, mate. Always welcome, as you always know. And hopefully we win tomorrow, mate. Hopefully we've got smiles on our face and we've got 3 points. We start the season really well. Or we could be stuck here again and, sort of fuming after losing to Crystal Palace. But thanks, Seb, for coming on, mate. Really do appreciate it.
Come on, you Reds.
Up the Gunners, mate. Come on.